Welcome to Project 7, and in this project today we are going to learn how to calculate board feet. Now, what I'm going to use as a resource is this internet website, and to get to it, go to Google, and you could work on this one yourself. It has some interactive little questions in it. When you get in here to the search command, I'm looking for calculating board feet. So type that in, and right here at www.wisconsinonline.com, really neat little tutorial they got here. So click on that if you want, and we're going to get into calculating board feet. Alright, now when you calculate board feet, you're calculating volume is all you're calculating. And in industry, as far as like hardwood, and you can also buy dimensional lumber the same way. You can buy it through board feet instead of buying it in individual pieces like you would at Lowe's or something along those lines. So typically hardwood is sold by the board foot, and right here is a board foot. A board foot is 1 inch thick, 12 inches wide, and 12 inches in length. That is one board foot. That would make the volume of this piece of wood right here 1 inch times 12 inch times 12 inch, which ultimately would be 144 cubic inches. So that's how much volume that a board foot has. And that's, like I said earlier, like we did concrete, you're just figuring volume here. But there's some formulas that I'm going to show you here in a minute to make things a lot easier. But I'm also going to show you that most hardwood comes in 4 quarters, 5 quarters, 6 quarters, and 8 quarters. Now when we buy dimensional lumber, like your 2x4s, 2x6, 2x8s, you know, it's basically they're in inches. Well, when you buy hardwood, you're looking at quarters. Alright, 4 quarters is 1 inch, 5 quarters is 1 1/4 inches, 6 quarter would be 1 1/2 inches, 8 quarters would be 2 inches thick. And that's as far as boards will go to, up to 2 inches, and then after that it's dimensional lumber. So, if you see this, when you're calculating, 4/4 is 1 inch thick, 5/4 is 1.25 inches, 6 quarters 1.5, 8 quarters are 2 inches thick. And here's the formulas I was telling you about. There's 2 ways to determine board feet. Again, you have thickness times width times length. Now if you look, all of the units are in inches on this one, and then you divide it by 144. Whereas this one is the most useful in my opinion. You've got thickness in inches, width in inches, and your length in feet, because most of the time your boards are going to have a pretty long length and they're going to be measured in feet, and then you divide it by 12. So we're going to do a couple of them. Like this board here, 8 inches in width, 8 inches in length, and 1 inch thick. All you have to do is take the width in inches, the length in feet, and the thickness in inches. So it'll be 1 times 8 times 8. Divide it by 12, you get 5.3 board feet. That's how many board feet is in this one board. This here is talking if you were wanting to figure a 5/4 inch thick board. Remember, 5/4 is at 1 1/4 inch, and that's what you'd put in at that point. And then they just figured this on up as 1.25 inches thick, 8 inches in the width, and 8 foot long. Divided by 12 is 6.7 board feet. Now you can go in here and do these yourself, and I'll do this first one here if you want to go on this website. Alright, first thing we're looking at is 1 inch thick times 6 inches, that'd be 6, times 10 foot, which would be 60, and then we divide this one by 12 because we're using the 10-foot length instead of inches. Divide that by 12, and what would you get? 60 divided by 12. You get 5. You just plug it in, check your answer, and you're correct. So you might want to get on this and try a few of them, and I'm just going to flip through. And typically board footage is usually rounded off to the nearest whole number. If you have like a 4.5 or 4.75, just round it up to 5. Usually industry does that. And then you'll have a little quiz here. Hardwood lumber is sold by board feet. That is true. Lumber dealers round off board feet to the nearest tenth of a foot. False. Remember, it's whole numbers. One board foot is equal to a piece of wood is 1 inch thick by 12 inches wide by 12 inches long. This is true. Remember, it's just a volume problem. This is something that you would need to know, because in a few minutes after this video, I'm going to have another video, and I want to show you how to actually calculate how much board feet you would need for a barn. And this one here, you just instead of doing individual pieces, you're just going to do the whole. Maybe it's a wall all the way across. 1 inch by 36 inch by 8 foot. Again, they use the divide by 12 because our length is in feet. 1 times 36 times 8 divided by 12 is 24 board feet. Okay, so that's just the first little basic intro to learning how to figure board feet, and I want to have another video to show you how to actually apply this. And our friends at Wisconsin Online, these are the ones that developed this little tutorial that you just went through, and by all means get on there and use it, and it'll help you learn it.